Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad all of you are here today. So in today's reading, we are going to see what's coming up next for you. So we'll try to figure out like what's coming next for you, in which area is it coming, and how is it going to impact your life essentially. So I have prepared three piles for you. This is pile number one with this deck, pile number two, and pile number three. So I'll turn over your significator cards, and whichever card you're drawn to, that will be your reading. So for pile number one, your card is Dragon. Discover your courage. Wow. You see, even it's like a big ship, you know. So pile number one, discover your courage. Why is it crooked? Yeah, I think that's better. Sorry. Pile number two, vacation. Take time for relaxation and adventure. Look, she's on the magic carpet and there's so many beautiful butterflies, and she's like, just like, so some of you may be planning to take a trip somewhere. Wherever that will be, it's going to be very, very, relaxing for you. That's what I'm hearing. And pile number three, wow, illusion. Embrace the truth. Look, as if she's coming out of this mirror, right? Yeah, she's stepping out of you're stepping out of something. Wow, beautiful. The colors are so lovely. So, all right, pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, whichever card you're drawn to, whichever deck you're drawn to, whatever your intuition is telling you. So you can select your pile and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. So you were drawn to this dragon card, and it says, discover your courage. I'm hearing wish upon a star. Be courageous and your dreams will be fulfilled. Wow. Wish upon a star. Have the courage and your dreams will be fulfilled. So pile number one. In this reading, we are going to see what is coming up next for you, which areas of your life is it impacting, and what is it exactly that we're going to talk about. So I have a couple of oracle cards here, and we have a couple of tea leaves here. Each pile got like so many. So I want to start with the tarot first. So this is a beautiful deck called the Simdala Tarot, the Simdala Tarot. So I'm so excited to use it. This is the first time I'll be using this deck with you, all of you. So let us see. For pile number one, we'll divide it into two parts. What's coming, what's up next for you, and how is it impacting you, right? So for the first part, we want to see spirit for pile number one. What is coming up for them next? What is coming up next? Oh, pile number one. Oh, look. I'm seeing this one. Maybe I put this one. Okay. Yeah, maybe this one. So this is what's coming next, and next we're going to pick up see, the entire block just decided to drop for you. Not these, okay, they don't want to come out. So there, how is it going to impact you? So we're going to keep them right here. And let us begin your reading. I am so excited about it. Let us see. Eight of Pentacles. It says adroitness, Hordinessaya. It's an earth sign from the Tree of Life, elemental earth. Planet is Mercury and Sun. And the astrological sign for Eight of Pentacles is Virgo. So essentially, even if you look at, Virgos are so hypochondriac. So Eight of Pentacles, you are a master at something. So essentially what I'm feeling for you, pile number one, is that you have something like right under your belt. You know exactly how to execute it. You are a master at that skill. You have kind of that is part of your soul. It's like integrated, that the lessons that you have learned, it is integrated in your soul. So you are a master at that, and it comes very naturally to you. However, to implement that in your 3D reality, you need a bit of courage. So that is why Eight of Pentacles is coming for you, that yes, you are the master. And like I was talking, like Virgos are like hypochondriacs. They want to do everything to the perfection. Do not worry about perfection, pile number one. We will never be perfect. That's the beauty of it. Whatever you are good at, just bring it out into the world. Just bring it out the way it is, because you are a master at that, and whatever comes out from you will be perfect. So do not hold yourself to extremely high standards, because you are just withholding your, beautiful creations from the world. Wow, this is so beautiful for you. Just hold on a moment. Sorry about that. All right, next. Again, the Virgo sign, 10 of Pentacles. Wow, pile number one. This is going to bring so much abundance to you. Just bring it out. Have the courage. Show the world what you've got, because whatever it is, this is your, your abundance right there. Look at the 10 of Pentacles. It says Mercury and Saturn, elemental earth, Tree of Life, Malkuth, yeah, because it's like the elemental, it's like the bottommost, circle in the Tree of Life, which means that it is coming into the earth. It is being manifested on earth. Pile number one. Whatever it is for you, just bring it out, because it is going to build a legacy for you. People will remember you for who you are, for what you've done. Don't worry about being perfectionist. Nobody's perfect. Just bring it out. I mean, like, they're just telling me, just tell them to bring it out, whatever that creation is of yours. Oh, let's pull this one, because this one came out first. It says the Four of Swords, Venus, Jupiter, elemental air, Chesed, and it says Libra and Placidity. So pile number, yeah, you were just kind of hiding. I am feeling pile number one, you are just hiding your skills, you're hiding your gifts, because, and you're like, sometimes there's a lot of, I'm feeling the energy of procrastination, that, oh, I'll do it. No, you need to do it. This is the Four of Swords. It means like when you're kind of resting. Like, no, I don't want to do it. I've had, no, maybe, no. Remove those doubts from your mind, pile number one, because again and again your guides are telling me, so this is coming out so strongly. Just bring whatever you are doing out into the public, into the open, into the world, because the world needs to see those gifts. And that is your path to abundance. If you feel that, money has not been, part of your life the way you wanted to, or whatever earthly things that you wanted, like maybe a bigger car, a bigger house, whatever that means to you. If you feel that those things have not been part of your life, this is your path. But because you are procrastinating, because you're kind of pushing it forward, you are pushing that abundance away as well. Two of Cups, yes. There is someone, amalgamation, there is someone who wants to help you, bring this. Your spirit guides are there with you. They really want you to bring whatever this is into life, into reality. And there is someone within your circle who really wants to help you with this. They want you to grow with it. And they're asking you, they might be asking you that, hey, pile number one, what about that you were planning to do? And you're like, yeah, I'll do it later. No, you have to do it because you are a master at that. Do not doubt your capability even for one moment. The only thing that you need is courage. You've got the card number 13, death. Yes, and this is going to be essentially a game changer for you. See, the reading we are talking about, what's coming next for you. Whatever you are going to bring into the public is going to be a game changer. It's going to transform you completely. Your life will undergo a major transformation. Pile number 1. The death essentially talks about transformation and rebirth. It talks about something that is inevitable and that is intense. There are some things that you need to release, because once when you release that, new beginnings are going to come. Right? It's like, and the ruler is Pluto. Pluto essentially is what? It's your transformation, power, rebirth. It talks about mastery over hidden skills. It talks about emotional resilience. It talks about power to create, deep and lasting transformations. You have this opportunity where you can embrace it like for your growth. So go ahead and do that. This is your Four of Swords is telling me that you really, anyways, even if you don't want, looking at the death card, this is inevitable. It's going to happen anyways. So rather you can push it a little, you can give it a little, nudge. Because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen for a very, very good thing for you. Because you see the 10 of Pentacles right there. It's there for you. And you have the 2 of Cups. You have people and things around you. 9 of Pentacles. Pile number 1. It seems you've blocked your abundance because you just don't want to do, or you don't want to bring into the public what you really are so good at doing. 9 of Pentacles essentially talks about attainment. Look, it says attainment right here. You are going to achieve whatever you are meant to achieve, because that is inevitable. After the death card, 9 of Pentacles is telling me, maybe you want to open a business. Maybe you want to open an Etsy shop. Maybe you want to open something small. Maybe your hobby as a side business. Do that. Because that is where your creativity lies. And if it's a hobby and you've been doing it for some time, remember, you are a master. 8 of Pentacles talks about mastery of something. You have to do that, pile number 1. That's coming next for you. And you got the Fool card. Wow, what a beautiful energy. You got the Aries. I like the Aries sign because it's like related to the Mars planet, and this is action. Take action, pile number 1, and you will see how you are going to kind of prosper in your life. Wow, wow, wow. This is so beautiful. I love this for you. We'll keep like how it's going to affect your life. I can just see how it's affecting your life. Look, you have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the 9 of Pentacles. You have both these high, abundance energies right in your reading. So we already know what's going to happen for you, right? So let's take your tea leaves. I'll keep the tea leaves right next to these ones because I think these are also round ones and those are also round ones. If I can keep it right here. Alright, so you got Tiger. Doing something risky, taking a chance. Yes, this is what we are talking about. Do it. You do not need to worry about like what's going to happen. Take that chance because you are a master at that. Pineapple, reconciliation. Okay. If you have been kind of, reconciliation is giving me the feeling that if you fell out with someone before, you, maybe 2 of you were doing this together. With the 2 of Cups, maybe 2 of you were doing this together. But somehow you had a falling out. That's also going to resolve. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. Yeah, under the 4 of Swords, the Forest card is telling me that this point in time, your mind, maybe you might not be focused the way you should be, but pile number 2, you have to be focused. Why? Because happiness is on the way. Wow. And success. Beautiful. I love this. Do you see happiness and success? This is what is happening for you. This is how your life is changing. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. This maybe do not blame external circumstances. Pile number 1. External circumstances are not to blame in this case. All right? Butterfly, a change for the better. Obviously, you got the death card, so butterfly definitely says change for the better. We'll keep these three cards for how your life is going to change. So I'll keep them right here. Let's continue with the oracle cards. I am so excited about your reading, and this is an amazing reading, pile number 1. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, you got gardener, care, stewardship, and reciprocity. See, a gardener is someone who is going to take care of, their garden. Then it will grow. You are already like a master gardener at this point in time, pile number 1. You are a master gardener. Just take care of what you already know. And this is like cornucopia for me. So much abundance is going to come your way. I think let me keep I want to keep the butterfly card on top of this one. Right here. Like that. Okay. Trapped. Yes. Do you see yoke? Feeling down, frustrated. Do not feel down, frustrated. A very powerful new beginning with the Fool card is coming for you, pile number 1. The Fool card essentially is like all the energies, the elemental energies, all the power of the universe is like behind you, and they're saying, yes, take the leap of faith. We are there for you. We are going to catch you. You will, even if you fall, we will catch you. So that is what they're asking you. Do not feel trapped. Do not feel tied down. Do not feel frustrated. These are not your feelings. You are a master at what you've done. So much abundance is just on the doorstep. What is next for you? Pile number 1, I will repeat it again. Excessive amounts of abundance. Over abundance. 10 of Pentacles, it talks about that. 9 of Pentacles is an entrepreneur. Someone who kind of knows what they want and they get that done. And then they are now in the traditional traditional tarot, they are like, there's this figure which is enjoying the fruits of their labor. So see, after the death card, you will enjoy the fruits of your labor, and this will be a complete new beginning and new transformation for you. Your life will change in a way that you could not ever have imagined. But you have to have the courage to first bring whatever you have, share it with the world, bring it into your reality. Right? The perfect key. Look, trapped, and you have the key. You already have the perfect key to open your heart. You already have that. Again, like I said, you are a master, pile number 1. You already have that. You don't need to be trapped anymore. Look, after the trapped card, the perfect key card came. This is so synchronous. Synchronous. You already have the key to what has kept you trapped. Okay? Trust yourself. Yes. Look the heart and look the heart. You have to trust yourself. Again, the innate feeling that yes, I know who I am. I know I have full faith in my abilities. I have full faith in this creation of mine. I'm going to bring it to the world, and then I will reap the rewards, the excessive abundance rewards which are going to come my way, the happiness and the success which is coming my way. You have the 3rd house. The 3rd house it talks about the planet which rules it is Mercury, and it talks about intellect and communication. It says communicating, learning, having strong intellectual abilities, having effective communication and networking skills, having that curiosity and that adaptability to adapt to certain things. However, one thing maybe you have to practice active listening, and you have to develop patience in relationships. Maybe 2 of Cups. Remember, I just had that feeling that there is some sort of falling out that has happened somewhere. Just develop the patience to, a patience in the relationships, and listen to what's happening. But again, the 3rd house itself talks about communication. It talks about intellect. You are a master. Pile number 1, this is coming again and again. You are a master at what you do, and therefore this should not be difficult for you at all. The Finch and the Peach, romance. Wow. Again, 2 of Cups. If you have been planning to do with someone, pile number 1, this is a message for you. This is a confirmation for you. Go ahead and do that. In case if you do not have any, person that you want to start this business with, or start this, pursuit, or this thing that you want to do, your creation, your heart will be your guide. This romance is like about yourself. Your heart will be your guide, which is going to help you bring this into your, reality. You got retrograde, it says review. Retrograde essentially means mostly the planets are the ones that do the retrograde movement. They move backwards. So in this for you, I am feeling that just review before you. I'm feeling that the feeling that you don't want to start this is because of something that has happened in the past. Just review that and see what are the lessons you can learn from that. The death card itself, it talks about like the Pluto, and Pluto talks about transformation and rebirth. But for that, you have to kind of, feel, you have to embrace that change as an opportunity. So if there was something that has happened in the past which was not conducive to that particular thing, that was not helpful for, helping you implement that thing, pile number one, they're saying just go back and review, see what could you have done better, because there is something that you need to review. Something is coming up for you. And Aquarius, collaborate. Yeah, again, collaboration, Two of Cups. Aquarius is a cup and the number 11. You have to collaborate in this, pile number one. If you are planning to, please go ahead and do that. That is definitely a sign for you. You have the Two of Cups. You have happiness, success. You have the Finch and Peach, which says romance. Does not mean romance in a romantic way. It can also be a platonic relationship wherein both of you are like more romantic, in both of you are working together to achieve something, to create something. All right. So again, collaboration is coming out very, very strongly for you, pile number one. It says fascinated. Instead of being repelled, you are in the energy of fascinated. This is so beautiful. Feel the fascination, feel the beauty around you. You are getting into that energy because this is what is coming next for you. Right? This is what we are talking about, like what's coming next for you. This is coming next for you. And you have joyful. This is so beautiful. From the feeling of sadness and from the feeling of repelled, you are coming to the feeling of fascinated and joyful. This is your energy, pile. And look at the yellows. Look at the amount of yellows you have in your reading. Pile number one. A lot of joy, happiness, happiness, success, joy, fascination. You have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 9 of Pentacles, you have the Fool card, you have trust yourself, beautiful, beautiful energies. Let's see what elementals. Fire, love. Again, for some of you, definitely this is a romantic connection. With the Two of Cups and the Finch and the romance and fire and love. Again, this is definitely a romantic connection. And maybe you were trying to do something with this person and things didn't work out. Go with the retrograde, see what didn't work out. Review that. It's not always about, if we are in the mentality that, oh, I was right and they are wrong, we'll never learn. Our soul is going to will put us again and again in the similar situations till we realize that it's not about someone being wrong or someone being right, but the kind of lessons we have to learn from each other and move on. That's the learning. We don't have to be judgmental by saying that I was right or you are wrong, or you were right and I was wrong. No, don't be judgmental. And the next energy, air, communication. My God, you got the third house, which is the house of communication, which is Mercury, and you got communication again. For some of you, pile number one, they are saying that just communicate. If communication had broken down, communicate. If you are being repelled by something, now you'll be fascinated by the same thing. So please improve on your communication. You might be excellent orators, but you kind of stop doing that because of whatever reason. But just communicate, all right? And finally, one of the animal messages, honeybee. I mean, like the honeybee itself is a sign of abundance. And do you see the amount of yellows? Yellows is your solar plexus. Solar plexus is your, your innate ability to see yourself as like whatever. Fill in the blank. I am powerful. Honeybee is a sign of extreme it's like collaboration. Honeybees don't work alone, right? They can never build the nest. They cannot create honey. They cannot do anything alone. So it's like a collaboration is coming out very, very strong for you, pile number 1. If you need help, ask for help. All right. Now let's see what additional cards are there for you. Fruition. 7 of Pentacles. This is so nice. I like that they've written the word fruition, because 7 of Pentacles essentially talks about waiting. This is patience. Your lesson of patience has, you've learned your lesson of patience, pile number 1. This is what it is. You've been patient long enough. Now is not the time to sit back with the 4 of Swords and rest, but now is the time to take action. The Hanged One. Yes. The Hanged One essentially talks about what? Again, a rest. There are 2 things. One is a rest, and second is restful period, not arrest. I know it sounded like arrest. It's like a restful period. The Hanged Man. It talks about surrender. It talks about being peaceful. It talks about being like, what new perspective is needed. Remember, you got the review card. What new perspective? If you've done this in the past and you're like, I tried doing this, it didn't work, go back, see what worked, what did not work, and try to look at it from a different view, from a different perspective. Pile number 1. That is what you need to do. Because this, the Hanged Man is ruled by your, I think it's Neptune. Yeah. And the planet Neptune itself talks about dreams. It talks about a deep spiritual connection. It talks about rich imagination and creativity. All right. So you need to kind of differentiate dreams from reality. See, when we are bringing something in reality, when we are building something in our mind, we can take all the liberties of the world. Like, we can do whatever we want to. But once when you want to translate that image, which is in your mind, that mental image of what you want in your mind into your 3D reality, you need to make adjustments. That's what they're asking you. Just make those adjustments and see your, life blooming. You have the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, you have been feeling this. Reclaim your power, pile number 1. In the traditional sense, 5 of Pentacles talks about poverty, it talks about lack, it talks about isolation, Over here, just be aware of the resources that you have, pile number 1. You have to be resource awareness has to be there. You have to understand where your abundance is. And you have to always think to yourself, I am supported. That is, you are always supported. Pile number 1. You're always supported. And look, again, the planets. You have Venus, you have Mercury, and you have Mars. Venus talks about self-love. Mercury talks about communication. Again, Mars talks about action. Take action. Be communicative and love yourself, because have pride in what you have created, and that will be your abundance. You will be moving from this mindset, feeling that I don't have stuff, feeling that feeling of lack, to a feeling of abundance. Because look, from the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles, you move to the 10, 9 and 8 of Pentacles. So you've already jumped that level. That's what's coming for you. That's how your life is changing. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords, essentially, again, you are learning discernment as well. It's not only about you're moving from the feeling of lack to abundance, you are also learning discernment. You are learning how to make the right choices. You are learning about being strategically wise. You are being cautious and you are getting clarity. You are seeing the truth clearly. Pile number 1, these have been major life lessons for you. You are seeing truth clearly. You know that you're always supported. You have a completely different perspective, and you have learned that patience is a virtue that you've already incorporated in your life. 8 of Swords. Again, whatever blockages are there in your mind, those are only in your mind, pile number one. Those do not exist in reality. Eight of Swords talks about, in the traditional tarot, talks about a lady who has like a female figure who's kind of, she has a covering over her, she's covered the eyes, and like she's tied with a, a very, very, a ribbon kind of a, a white ribbon. And that also not very tightly, very loosely. Anytime she can break that ribbon and remove that thing from her eyes. But she doesn't choose to do that. And the swords are not on her, they are around her. So she can walk out anytime. So it means whatever your mind is telling you, pile number one, that is only in your mind. It is not in reality. So you will be coming out of that phase as well. Temperance, yes. Temperance talks about your balance. Temperance talks about the fact that there will be harmony in your life. There will be equilibrium in your life. You are going to blend the opposites and find harmony in all aspects of your life. That's what's coming for you, pile number one. Wow. And you have the Devil card. Yes, temptations. Again, for me, I think pile number one, there are a lot of lessons. You had a very, very difficult karmic, in the past couple of months or years. This has been a very difficult time period for you, maybe for some of you. Because you got like the, Seven of Swords, you got the Eight of Swords, you got the Devil card. The Devil card it talks about, essentially about your, recognition of your limitations, liberation through awareness, and you are understanding like what is attaching you. You are saying, I choose my freedom. You are seeing, because of what's coming into your life will be changing for the better. You will be able to see like what your limitations are. There might be people, there might be circumstances, there might be things, but you will be aware of them. I think which is the best thing that can ever happen, when we are aware of something. So once if we are aware of something, then wherever your awareness goes, you kind of start, looking at that, and light is thrown on that particular area of your life, and that's when it gets healed. So that's how healing happens for you. And you have the Nine of Cups. Wow, wish fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment. Whatever your wishes are, pile number one, they are absolutely coming true. Whatever you wished for. You wish for a happy family life. You wish for, having enough, finances. You wish for whatever, everything, whatever that means to you. Those things are coming for you. Your next phase, pile number one, that I can absolutely say, looking at the cards are telling me that it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time for you. Spiritually, materially, you will be very abundant. You have cut out a lot of karma. You have learned a lot of major life lessons. How to, discern. The lesson of discernment. The lesson of knowing that it's all in the mind. It's not real. I can liberate myself. Choosing freedom. Finding the balance and harmony in everything. So those beautiful things are coming into your life, pile number one. And then we have the, wow, the World card. World card essentially itself is like the last card in the major arcana. It talks about recognize the interconnectedness of all things and feel complete. It talks about completion. It talks about being fulfilled. It talks about, integration. So pile number one, I think this is going to be an amazing, amazing time for you. Whatever that means to you, whatever you wanted, whatever you dreamt of, that is coming true. Material abundance is coming to you. Spiritual abundance is coming to you. You are closing out very difficult cycles. You've learned so much, and you actually integrated that. With the World card, this is telling me, with the Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, the Devil, and the Seven of Pentacles, it is telling me that you have integrated so much into your life, pile number one, and the Five of Pentacles. Yes, you had these very difficult cards, but you have learned those lessons, and they have been integrated into your life. So this is how your life is changing now. Now we were left with these two cards. Casket. someone going out of your life, or the end of a situation. Remember the world card, we were talking about completion. There is something which is ending out. Your difficult period, time period, pile number 1 definitely is ending out. Hand, in help, in need of help, assistance and guidance. Remember I said ask if you need help. You have a lot of help available. With the 2 of cups, I'm feeling there's a lot of help available for you. And finally you have shield. You need to defend yourself. Well, let's see why you need to defend yourself. But I don't like kind of, readings like hanging, like I'll be like, defend against what? So let's see if we can get some information about defending yourself against what, okay? What is this about? Knight of Wands, okay? 2 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. All right, so pile number 1, what 2 of Swords essentially is telling me that you're like, should I take this path or should I take that path? Do not jump into that. Do something. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's telling me that this is like stability and comfort. Whatever gives, whatever makes you feel more stable. You have 2 choices. Whatever makes you more stable, whichever path you want to take, which is going to make you more stable. How can I support myself and others? With your home and with your finances as well. Whatever resources you have been given, pile number 1, be careful with those resources. Shield yourself against people who might want to push you. Knight of Wands is a very, very fast energy. It talks about ambition, being bold, and being impulsive. For me, this point in time, I'm feeling it's more of someone pushing you into something very, very quickly, and you not taking the time to see whether that is the one, that is the path you want to take, and if that path is going to bring you stability. And the second thing is that if that path is also going to help you help others. You have to reuse your resources wisely. That's what you have to shield against. Take the option in which you are going to use your resources wisely. Second thing, you are going to take care of the people around you as well. And most importantly, you will take care of your finances and your home, because that is your Queen of energy, Queen of Pentacles energy. All right. So this is all I had for you, pile number 1. It's a long reading, but I hope you enjoyed it and it's helping you, and it will help you. So thank you so much for being part of this family. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we are going to see what's coming up next for you and which areas of your life will be impacted. So you were drawn to the vacation card. Some of you do need a vacation and it's coming up. Take time for relaxation and adventure. I'm being drawn to the birds and the flowers. So for some of you, a lot of vacation time, fun time, relaxation time is coming. Maybe some of you are traveling down to your families. The time I'm recording this, it's like Thanksgiving in the US, and Christmas time is coming up. So I'm feeling that a lot of family get-togethers and good things are coming your way. Kind of a vacation is coming where you will be relaxed and you're going to enjoy. Enjoyable time coming up for you. Pile number 2. All right, so this is the tarot deck that you selected. We are going to see which area, what's coming up next for you, and what areas will be, affected by it. So we'll shuffle the deck based on that intention. And this is a new deck which I'm using, and I'm very excited to use it. This is the first time I am using this deck with you. Pile number 2. So let us see which area, what's coming up next for pile number 2. What's coming up next for pile number 2? Okay. So what's coming up for pile number 2. Spirit, if we can get some information about what's coming next for this beautiful pile number 2. Okay, and these are the areas which will be impacted. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to keep our deck right here, the areas which are impacted right here, and I'm so excited to see what's coming up for you, pile number 2. Looking at your card, relaxation, vacation, take time, adventure. Just taking a sip of my water. All right, so what's coming up for pile number 2, and these are some oracle cards that we'll take a look at later on. So you have, right off the bat, the Devil card. So there are these temptations that you've been kind of, drawn into. There have been certain limitations about what you can do and what you cannot do. So the first message is that those limitations are being broken. Then you have the Tower card. My God. The Tower, the Devil, and the World. Oof. Pile number 2. Even before I continue, what this means for you is that you have recognized which shadows you have to confront in order to achieve your dreams. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you are realizing that, yes, these are the shadows which I have already kind of worked with. And because of that, there are certain changes that are happening in your life for the better. You are breaking down certain, structures. You're breaking down certain foundations. You are breaking down certain things that are not good for you, essentially. The planet which rules the Devil is Capricorn, is Saturn, sorry. And Saturn talks about the 10th house, which is about the materialism, which is about power. So the 10th house, it says career, reputation, public work. It seems that there is something in your field of work that has been holding you back regarding certain things that you wanted to do. However, looking at the Devil and the Tower together, this is letting me know, this is letting the energies which are coming through is that you have broken those kind of bonds and now you're ready. So vacation, relaxation does not necessarily kind of mean that you are actually going for a physical vacation, but it can be from the kind of environment that you have placed yourself into. You are changing that environment for the better. You are breaking down structures that have held you back for so long, and these are the limiting beliefs. This is the Devil card, which is for you. It's saying that you're recognizing your shadows, you're confronting them. What tempts you to stray? That's the question you're asking. You are aware of your limitations. And I think your enlightenment starts with awareness. You are aware of what needs to go. You are letting that go, and or even not you per se, but the universe is breaking those structures down for you, and that is leading to this beautiful completion card. The world card is the last card in the tarot. It talks about recognizing the interconnectedness of everything. This is kind of feeling whole, complete. A cycle has come to a completion, and this cycle, my dear pile number 2, has been extremely difficult for you regarding your work, regarding anything material. Maybe the material success, you've been working hard, but the material success that wants to come through never came through. Like you're like, I am doing whatever needs to be done in order to do that. However, that is not coming through. Sometimes you're doing everything right. Now that cycle is coming to an end because the limitations that have been binding, the chains which have been binding you are gone. Number one, the universe is breaking down any structure around you that have held your material abundance, outside of those walls. So those walls are coming down, and because of that, you're coming into the completion, which is the World card. And this is the most beautiful, like, completion, and it is integration, it is fulfillment. The World card, again, see, Devil is ruled by Saturn, and the World card is also ruled by Saturn. However, the Devil talks about materialism and power. Like, like maybe you were too ambitious, excessively ambitious, or you were not at all ambitious. So there was some sort of imbalance, and even the World card is ruled by the Saturn. But in this context, the Saturn talks about completion, and it talks about mastery. So you see the two different aspects. This one, you were not able to get a personal, you were not able to have a work-life balance, the devil card. You were not able to kind of, kind of feel that, I want to, maybe you were like a little bit not very subtle or not very humble in the way achievements came your way, because you worked hard for that. You have intellect, it's already there. But maybe the way you presented yourself, people did not, they were like, pile number two, kind of, they worked hard and they're really smart and they show that. Maybe that level you are kind of, you are bringing that level down a notch. You are becoming more humble, and you are kind of, feeling that, let me be more disciplined about what I want to do. You do not want to be only known by your work. So the world card is telling me that instead of only being known by your work and only kind of, defining yourself solely by your career and not having a work-life balance, maybe some of you are workaholics, that structure is coming down. And instead of that, see, when something goes down, something comes up, right? It's like a circle. The void that has been left by you embracing your shadow self and working with these aspects of yourself, the void is being filled by what? Is being filled by giving you more leadership and social responsibility, you working towards your legacy and long-term achievements, and you even achieving more and more professional success. That is what is coming up for you next, pile number two. Because you have worked a lot. This was hard for some of you. It might have come as a sudden shock, like, I am doing everything right. Why did this happen? Something, sudden events. The Tower talks about sudden events happening in our life. It talks about things just breaking down. Something which is very chaotic, something which is very, there's a lot of upheaval, there's a lot of chaos around you. However, that chaos is bringing something so beautiful for you, pile number two. The Tower is a Mars card. It talks about ego. So yes, there is, for some of you, or for a certain group of you, pile number two, there has been some ego play in your work regarding yourself. You have learned that humility is the way to go, and that is what you are balancing. That is what is being balanced by this situation. And as soon as that balance comes into your life, which is coming up, we are talking about what's coming up next, literally. So that is coming up for you. A lot of balance, a lot of beautiful completions, a lot of, self-awareness, integration, fulfillment, that is coming for you. That's the first part. Now, what's the second part? Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. The elemental energy of material wealth. Maybe pile two, some of you were laid off. I'm sorry about that. Some of you were let go. Some of you changed your jobs, or some of you were kind of, not given the recognition based on the hard work that you did, and so you decided to leave. Now the universe, because of what you have completed, the lessons you have mastered, you are getting such a big push from the universe regarding your work. You're starting something completely new. Something dealing with your work has gone down. Maybe it was not even because of you, it was because of people around you. Maybe people did not like, because the devil also talks about external circumstance, people who are outside your sphere. Maybe they are the ones who said that, oh, pile number two, despite the fact all the hard work you're doing, they did not like the fact that you are getting the recognition, and they did not play well, and because of that, something happened in your life. Maybe that is another scenario which is coming to my mind. For some of you, yes, maybe you wanted that. For others, you did not want that. But it happened. However, it is bringing something extremely, extremely powerful for you. Aces are like the elemental energies. Ace of Pentacles is the earth energy, and it talks about your material stability. Material wealth and stability. That is coming for you, pile number two. This is beautiful energy which is coming. Do you see the dark cards and suddenly these bright cards right here? You cannot even see what's happening here. But look at this is giving me like the sun card. When I turned it over, I thought it was the sun card because of the bright energy that I got. Seven of Cups. You have learned discernment, pile number two. There will be so many choices in front of you. Like, now that you are free, you feel that I can practically do anything. You will kind of figure out which, look at this look, they have the magician card, and they have like literally they're kind of, you know, posed like the magician. The magician also has one hand up and one hand down. So whatever you want, pile number 2, you will be able to manifest that into your reality. You have that power coming to you. You have the hangman. This will lead, because this is leading to a completely new perspective of looking at things. The hangman talks about letting go and letting the universe take care of you. Yes, the universe is taking care of you with the tower card. It is breaking down things that have not been conducive to your well-being, whether you realize it or not. Sometimes we don't realize certain things, but that is what is coming for you. The hangman is telling me that there is something which is completely, it's going to help you release any kind of attachments from the past, and you're going to start seeing things in a completely new perspective. Then the death card, again another transformation. The way you will look at all the things in your life, pile number 2, having the tower and the death card with the devil card in one row is extremely, extremely powerful. You are going to, do you see this death card? This person is not even worried. And do you see the stars coming out of it? Again, a transformation is happening, but this time, pile number 2, you control the circumstances in which you transform. This time, because it was outside your, outside your control, you could do nothing about it. Here, you are doing about it. Why? Because you're looking at the world in a very, very different, new, unique manner. And your last card is the King of Swords. I love this for you. Why? Because the King of Swords is like determination, action, authority, and intellectual power. This king is very logical, and he's like, how can I guide others with wisdom? They talk about rationality, they talk about justice, and they use wisdom and reason in your life. So pile number 2, essentially, whatever was in the past, you have learned your lesson. A complete new beginning is coming for you. Older structures are gone. Older people, circumstances, things are gone. You've left that completely. Or you will be leaving that completely. Albeit it might be very, very sudden. It might feel like, you know, complete chaos. But remember, from chaos is where, you know, I was going to say discipline happens. No, from chaos, structure occurs. Structure arises from chaos. Wow, this is very powerful for you, pile number 2. Something is going to happen in your life which will completely change the trajectory of your life. You've been walking in one way, suddenly you'll be walking in the other way, and that walk is going to lead you to a lot of authority, you know, and wisdom, and you will have a beautiful, a new beginning. Just one moment, please. Now let's take a look at your tea leaves. Some of the tea leaves we leave for your life, how it will impact your life, and some of the tea leaves we're going to see right here. It says flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yes, do not. There might be people in your life who say, oh, pile number 2, don't do this. Rather, why don't you take a job which is like this thing maybe 2 ranks lower than where you've been, just to stay in the company. Or people will give you all sorts of advice, but however you are being asked, do not lower your standards. You hold yourself to high standards, stay that way. The month of March might be very important for you. Maybe everything, this entire thing that we are talking about, this might come to a fruition in the month of March. Or maybe some of you are born in the month of March. But pay attention to your finances. Yes, changes are happening in your life. Pile number 2, do not kind of, I'm feeling it, do not throw away your money. That's what I got. I mean, that's the message I'm getting. Be very careful with your finances. Fair women, dealing a relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. Yes, this person might be important. This might be you. This might be someone who's close to you, who's going to help you through this transition. And finally, V, victory in some endeavors. So you are ending in victory. This next, whatever is coming up, it's going to happen so suddenly. You might be thrown off for a bit, but then as your paths change, you are heading towards victory. Wow. Now let's take a look at a few of your tarot cards, oracle cards. I want to start with this bigger one. will keep these right here. Okay. You got Dare. This card also talks about be very aware of what is around you, pile number 2. Do not falsely kind of, not falsely. Do not trust on people without kind of digging deep. Be very aware of your surroundings. That's a main message for you. Whatever decisions you are making, whatever things you are doing, just remember one, to be very do your homework, do your spade work, do your groundwork. People might be trying to hide things from you, but please do your homework, do your spade work. Before you get into any contract, before you get into anything, you've been asked to kind of follow your discernment and just see that whether this is going to, because the 7 of Cups is that energy. You've got choices. Some of them are good, some of them are not good. What choices align with your values is what you have to choose. And the Dare card again is reinforcing the same thing. Be aware of what's around you. You have the Earth prosperity. Wow, look, I was saying with the Ace of Pentacles, this is coming for you. Prosperity is coming for you. You are going to be extremely prosperous. Pile number 2. At this point in time, you might have a good job. You might have whatever is running for you. And you're like, yeah, I am fulfilled. You're going to be even more fulfilled than you can ever imagine. And Earth, you got both Earth. Yeah, there was a lot of Earth. Remember, I was talking about, I felt this was like the Sun card. Earth, intuition. Follow your intuition. Follow what is, again, what aligns with your values. Pile number 2, this is coming out very strongly. What aligns with your values is what you have to select. Do not lower your standards because it's easier. I know these are very, very strong messages. I'm sorry about that. But I'm just kind of telling you what's coming to me. Because see, this is, you are going to be victorious in the end. You are reaching the King of Swords energy. The King energy. The sword energy, it talks about intellect. It talks about communication. It's the air element. And you have the Pentacles, which is the material, as well as the stability element. So you have both of them in conjunction. With your intellect, with your communication, you are going to build stability and build a lot of material wealth for yourself. Pile number 2. That's what's coming for you. Beautiful energies. Awakening, yes. Remember somewhere I said that, when you throw you throw light on your shadow aspects, that's when the enlightenment happens. Yes, this is a spiritual awakening for you, pile number 2. Spiritual awakenings are often, they happen when there's a lot of chaos around us. Because things are getting kind of moved around and thrown around because something new has to come up. So this is a spiritual awakening for you as well. And you will be able to see things in a completely, remember you got the Hanged Man? You will be able to see things in a completely new and beautiful different light. And you also got insight. Wow. Insight. Pile number 2, this is a spiritual awakening for you, God. Congratulations. This is beautiful for you. Insight and awakening is letting me know that whatever you will do, you're going to follow your intuition and you will do what is right based on how that aligns with your ethics, with your morals, and with your values. Because that is the way to go. Something that is not aligning, you will let that go. It might be people, it might be circumstances, it might be things. You're going to let it go as well. It says solar calm, number 16, clarify. Clarity is also coming for you. See, as soon as the awakening and the inside cards, when I see them along with intuition, your third eye is opening up. You are opening up to things, because you got the Tower card and you got the Death card. The two cards that talk about a complete, utter transformation. So you are leveling up, pile number 2, along with bringing material prosperity into your life, along with bringing power back into your life. You are also spiritually upgrading. Wow. And you got Cancer, immerse. Cancer is it's like, a water sign. Immerse in the pool of feelings, morals, ethics. I don't know why morals and ethics is coming and values is coming very strongly for you. So just align. Align with those values. And again, Cancer is a water sign and moon is the ruler. Again, intuition is also ruled by the moon, which is like the high priestess card. So just be aware of what's happening around you with the deer. Be very aware, and you will be able to see a lot of things now. You will be able to perceive a lot of things that you were not able to do early on. Then the cat and lavender, independence. The cat itself for me is a sign of a spiritual awakening. This is a, maybe some of you have cats, some of you want cats. That might be like a sign for you that, yeah, do that. The people who already have cats, yes, this is your familiar. If you don't know what a familiar is, sometimes, like, spirit sends certain animals that helps us keep safe. So that cat might be that for you. And independence. You're going to be independent. If you are working maybe in a job or something, now maybe you're going to start your own business. 11th house. Oh dear. 11th house, it talks about innovation and freedom. Again, independence and freedom. It talks about friendship, goals, and social causes. It talks about having strong community connections, innovation and forward thinking, pursuit of share. Maybe some of you are planning to open up something with your friends. But again, remember, if you are aligning, if you're bringing in more people, just be aware of who is coming into your circle and who you are doing business with. Because yes, that is on the cards for you. There is some sort of, pursuit of shared goals which is coming for you. But just kind of be aware about, you have to balance your individuality with the group dynamics. Like if you're doing it, if you're planning to do this in a group, just be aware that different people work differently. So instead of becoming like, completely like, I don't want to work with you because you're like that, just try to develop a little bit of tolerance and see if they align. See, ultimately it's like if you align, if that person whose views may not be exactly like the way you want them to be, but if they are aligned with what you believe and what they believe is the same thing, that is more important, right? And you have to learn to be a little bit more tolerant towards people like them because they are going to help you. 22, you got the master number 22. It says your mind, your body, your soul. This is essentially definitely a spiritual awakening for you, pine number 2. And you are going to you're going to start feeling more connected with the things around you and your internal guidance. Your internal navigation system has just come online for a lack of better word. It's come online. It was there, but now it's trying to come like 60 or 70% online, and it's going to continue doing like that. White rose of hope, beautiful. Yes, this is the hope. Do you see how bright it is? This looks like the moon to me. So there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of good things coming your way, pile number 2. Beautiful good things. It says the pursuit. Yes, pursue your dreams, pursue your goals. You will be successful. You got the victory card. And finally, you got violet. Faithfulness, modesty, and remembrance. Remember who you are. You are a very powerful being, but you have to remember who you are. All right, so now let's see how it's going to affect your life. Ace of Wands, a second ace. The wand energy is about your passion. Pile number 2, do what you feel passionate about. The universe is giving you a completely new beginning. And it's asking you, do what you really love doing. Do you see this beautiful card? I just love it. So pretty. Look at the bonsai plant is kind of flowering, and the butterfly, the birds, and the stars, and everything is twinkling. This is the elemental energy of passion and action. And the ace is like the beginning. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, pile number 2, you are being asked to do what you really love doing, because that is going to be amazing for you. 3 of Wands, yes, there is some sort of expansion and working with people. You will be working with people in this endeavor, and good people will be they will come to you. They will get drawn to you. 4 of Swords, again, now we come back to the restful period is coming up for you, pile number 2. I think the environment that you were in was extremely toxic. It was not good for you, but maybe you felt that there is no way you can come out of it. Now you're coming out of it, and that is going to, maybe you will take a break in between, and this little break is going to kind of, reset your internal compass. It's going to bring your inner guidance system 100% online, because that is what is coming for you as well. This is how your life is changing, and you will not have to work like if you've been working really very very hard, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you've been working like 80 hours, 100 hours a week or whatever. You are going to come out of that energy, and you're going to start balancing that. You will no longer be kind of a workaholic, but you will be able to balance your family as well as your work life. 5 of Swords. Yes, you have come out of you're becoming much more powerful in the way you deal with conflicts and challenges, and that is a learning which has come from your past with the 5 of Swords. Your mind, sword energy is your intellect energy. So 5 of Swords is essentially telling me that you are going to set your boundaries, and you are going to understand like where this conflict is coming from, and you do not want to be involved in conflict. Again, this is directly aligning with the 7 of Cups energy. So this is telling me that the kind of things that you want to do, that path you're going to take, that will not have a lot of conflict, that will not have a lot of resistance. 2 of Swords. There might be a choice that you have to make, pile number 2, but that choice, 6 of Swords, it's going to lead you away from any kind of chaotic conflict, any kind of negative energies, which is the Devil card. It's going to take you away from all those negative energies. You will no longer, I feel this is you, like whatever, negative energies were there, they will be kind of dissipated from your life. Look, you got the Sun card. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Remember I said the Sun card is like one of the most happiest cards. It says, celebrate life's successes and radiate positivity. This is joy, this is success, this is being vibrant, this is happiness, this is fulfillment. This is the Sun. Literally, it talks about the 5th house, which talks about vitality and joy. The 5th house essentially talks about creativity, it talks about kids, it talks about romance, it talks about abundance of creative energy, joyful expression of love and passion, playfulness and childlike wonder. Pile number 2. Wow, this is amazing. And the last card is Judgment. Oh my God, this is so powerful. The Judgment card essentially talks about what have these lessons, what have these experiences taught me. And because you're having a spiritual awakening, you will be able to realize, integrate those lessons into your life, and henceforth when you're moving forward into this beautiful life, you will have a completely different way of looking things, and you realize that running after all this was never the purpose of my life, but doing this is the purpose of my life. This is so beautiful. I love the Sun card for you, pile number 2. And let's see. Dark man, dealings or relationships with a man with a dark hair or complexion or hair. Yeah, you see, we have the fair woman, and now we have the dark man. You'll be collaborating with, or people like them. Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Again, with the deer, just in case, even if you are dealing with a dark man and a fair woman, just be aware, right? The deer, just be aware of the choices you are making, the kind of people you are bringing into your endeavor. Are they aligning with your values or not? I think that is, I've repeated that multiple times. I'm so sorry. But that's the thing which is coming for you. And finally, you got the Root. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yes, obviously. And I think you are no stranger to working hard. You've done that a lot. You've really, really worked so hard that you kind of, that balance kind of shifted the other way. But now, pile number 2, if I were to sum up your reading, there has been a major upheaval, chaos in your life, with or without your consent. However, the kind of energies you are moving into is going to bring you so much. It's going to bring you abundance. It's going to bring you passion. It's going to bring you things that you've always wanted to do, and victory is assured. victory is assured for you. Abundance is assured for you. A balance of family and relationships and work is assured for you, because that is what is coming up next for you. Pile number 2. So that was all I had for you, pile number 2. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you have a wonderful rest period, a vacation coming up for you, a beautiful time coming up for you, where you do not have to work very hard, but because you are aligned with what you have, what you want, and aligned with your passion, may all the abundance be yours. Thank you. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So in this reading, we are going to see what's coming up next for you and which areas of your life and how your life will be impacted, essentially, overall. So you were drawn to the illusion card, Embrace the Truth, and this is your tarot deck. So we will begin. I love this card. This is so beautiful. I've been drawn to these lights. Like I said in the introduction, as if you are walking out of one reality and you're walking into another. Whatever you have, whatever you feel you've been part of, you feel that was not real in a way. And now you're moving from that reality into the actual reality which you want. You have been part of something that it was like an illusion. So that's why it's saying. It was like an illusion where you were, because the kind of people that were around you, the thinking that you had regarding whatever, the kind of circumstances you had around you. It seems that pile number 3, you are walking out of that illusion and seeing reality for the way it is. It really is like a hologram. All right, let's see. So I'm going to keep these oracle cards right here, and we'll take a look at them later. But first, this is the tarot deck which you selected. This is a new tarot deck. I'm using it for the first time in your reading. So let's see for pile number 3, what's coming up next for them and how it's impacting their life. Pile number 3. You're walking away from illusions, things that are not real. Now you know that they're not real. You thought they were real, maybe certain thought patterns, maybe certain things that you were kind of, in your mind, you had these, circumstances, you were building up certain things in your mind which you felt were real, but they're not real. And you're walking out of that illusion now, and now you're kind of looking at things the way they truly are. So pile number 3. Okay, this is what's coming up next for you and which areas of your life is it impacting. Okay, we'll keep your deck right here, your tarot cards right here for what's impacting, and here we're going to start seeing what's coming up next for you. Pile number 3. Temperance, balance, beautiful. I like the way this card, kind of glows. It shines. Do you see the light? It looks as if there's sunshine. I don't know whether you can see. It looks as if there are these rays of the sun. The Temperance card essentially talks about, blending opposites and finding harmony in all aspects of life. So pile number 3, sorry, you got the Temperance card. Like I said, it seems that this, again, pile number 3 usually is a very spiritual pile for my channel. So apparently you realize the distinction between what's real and what's not. So the illusion talks about the world, like how we see it. We believe it's like a hologram, and things are happening, but they're not real. Like essentially, if you watch the Matrix movie, it's like the Matrix, right? So you are part of the group that Morpheus led. So those of you who have not watched the movie Matrix, essentially talks about the chosen one called Neo, who's Keanu Reeves, and Morpheus is the leader of the rebellion who kind of knows that what we are living is not real and it's run by kind of an algorithm, and there is this super AI computing power that kind of runs all that. So essentially, you, pile number three, you've unplugged from that matrix. So now you are able to see things the way they really are. So maybe you're not looking at people in terms of like people personalities, but you are looking at them in terms of souls, right? So that is the kind of energy that I'm getting for this particular pile. Let's see what the cards say, but that's like the initial energy. And especially with the temperance card, temperance shows balance. It shows like, you've achieved some sort of balance in your life. It can be, I don't feel this is work-life balance, but I just feel this is like the spiritual material balance, because the earth is one of the few planets, I repeat this like in many of my readings, that is one of the few planets that provides this material spiritual balance. So essentially the polarities, we feel high, we feel low, we feel sad, we feel happy. So that polarity, that balance is always there for us to kind of transverse through. And people, the saints, or the ascended masters, the gurus, they have essentially transcended this balance. So they know that yes, polarity, one is the same as the other. Absence of heat is cold, absence of light is darkness, absence of darkness is light. So once when you understand that kind of a balance, you start looking at the world in a completely different perspective. The temperance card is ruled by Jupiter, which rules, like the astrological house is the ninth house, which talks about balance and high learning. So the ninth house, it talks about philosophy, talks about travel, it talks about higher learning. Higher learning not only in terms of education, like the earthbound education, but things that are beyond your reach. Things have been beyond your reach, the knowledge. You might even have that knowledge already with you, but turning it to wisdom is like the alchemy of converting that knowledge into something that is applicable, right? So that is the kind, with the ninth house, you have an expansive worldwide and open-mindedness view. There is a love for exploration, not only in terms of the world, but maybe in terms of like what you are looking at, life in general. And there is a strong focus on pursuit of spiritual and intellectual growth. You might be people who are like kind of who embrace the continuous learning. So ninth house placements might be very strong for you in your house. This is beautiful, pile number 3. Let's continue. The moon, see, it talks about intuition, it talks about the subconscious. The moon essentially, yeah, that's what it talks for me. Well, that's what it's emotions, intuition, connection to the subconscious, deep empathy, and a deep emotional depth and empathy. So yes, you are essentially, with the temperance and the moon card, and look, both of them are major arcanas. So these are life changes that are happening, not for like a very short period of time, or 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, 1 year. These are like lifelong changes that you are kind of going through. So you are stepping out of the world of illusions into what the real world looks like, because you have embraced that balance which lies within the spiritual and the material realm which this earth offers us. And you are highly connected with yourself. Maybe some of you have already started channeling your higher self. It's not you who's doing the daily work, but your higher self that has kind of taken reins of your life, and now you have evolved into something which is more than what people can see you physically. Ace of Swords, there is so much clarity. Ace of Swords, again, the Aces talks about the elemental energies. So you see, on the earth we have different types of energies. Now, the sword is the intellect, the mind, and it is the elemental energy of the mind. So now you're not working with like some warped form of some energy or some, a manipulated form of energy, but you're working with pure energies, because you have that temperance, you have that balance, and you have that connection to your subconscious, which is going to guide you towards higher clarity. And there is the big breakthrough which is coming for you next. It might have already come, but for those of you who are still waiting, it's coming. A very big breakthrough in the way you use your intellect, in the way you use your mind. The Hermit, I mean, like, come on. The Hermit card, again, it talks about introspection. It talks about self-improvement. It talks about solitude. It talks about seeking wisdom in solitude and reflecting on your journey. This is the quiet and contemplative energy. What wisdom lies within. Remember, difference between knowledge and wisdom is a subtle one, but it's there. And that is something that maybe you have kind of recognized. There is a lot of self-reflection. That is why I think pile number 3, you are like people who have transcended what normal people, cannot even imagine. Now you are at a much different level. I feel like a lot of ascended masters are like happy to see you, because you might be part of them, that group, or you will be part of that group. Some of you, maybe it's like you're one of your last lifetimes on the earth, because you have gained that knowledge. This is the balance that we're talking about, the balance between spiritual and material. Most people cannot do this. They're mostly, the earthbound souls are mostly on the material level. Slowly you have to convert that matter into spirit. And that is what you have essentially done with the Hermit right here. The Tower, yeah. Unexpected changes, upheavals are coming into your life, but I feel in a way that you already know that, and you are very well prepared for it. The Tower card is the Mars card. It talks about ego and it talks about sudden change. It's like it rules the first house. The first house essentially talks about self-identity, strong sense of sense and individuality. It talks about balancing the ego and balancing the humility. It talks about accepting both strengths and flaws. It talks about over-identification with the external appearances or self-images. It seems you have balanced, you have achieved all that, pile number 3. This is so beautiful. And the Tower card, for me, I don't feel you'll be kind of, some of you might be tarot readers yourself. Some of you might be spiritual people yourself. So something like the Tower coming in, this doesn't scare you, but you're kind of waiting for this upheaval to happen, because this talks about things that are not good for you being removed from your life. And I think you are well prepared for it. And look, you got the World card. I mean, like, wow. Let's keep the feather on top of the World card here. World card is completion. You have completed this life cycle. Pile number 3, I feel that even I heard it in another, channel's reading. And I feel the same thing coming through. Maybe it's like the same people coming back to pile number 3 over here also. You have completed this cycle on this earth. Now, you might not even generate more karma the way we normally think of karma. Karma means you do something and it comes, you have to balance that out. It seems you've already balanced everything that needs to be balanced. Now it's like, what can I do better so that I don't kind of, fall back into that cycle of karma. Always remember, any type of karma, good or bad, brings us back into the wheel of fortune, brings us back into the cycle of the world. Even if you might think that, oh, I'm only doing good stuff, you will have to come back to reap the rewards of that good stuff, right? So it's not that you're doing something good and it'll just go away. No, you have to come back and you have to reap the rewards. Does not mean that you stop doing good. No. How can we kind of not create additional karma for ourselves? Based on Gita, Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the sacred texts of Sanatan Dharam, or like of which Hinduism is also a part, it says that the best way to not generate any karma is not be associated with the results of what actions you are doing. So when you become detached to the results of whatever action you are doing, essentially you, despite the fact you might be doing good karma, you will not, you won't need to come back on the earth to kind of, uh, balance it out in a way. Yeah, if you are doing something bad, then definitely, irrespective of the fact whether you are detached to something or not, you will have to come back. However, on the side of the people, which I think group number 3 is, pile number 3, if you are doing something, just stay detached to the results. Do not worry about the outcome. Just continue doing what you're supposed to do. That detachment from what's coming next out of this act of yours, that kind of balances out the positive karma also. So in case if your soul decides in the next lifetime not to come back, it can actually do that. It can say, all right, I was not attached to the results, so I don't need to go back and kind of, bear the fruits of whatever that action or whatever those actions were. So that is how you kind of balance out your karma. But and for this part, I'm just feeling that, I have this feeling that yes, most of you have, or most of you will in this particular lifetime balance it out. Because you are stepping out into the illusion. Embrace the truth. What is the truth? Truth is all of us. This is the law of one. There is only one consciousness which has multiple facets, that is, and those little, mirror pieces are part of each one of us. So the one consciousness is experiencing that, through all of us. So I think that is kind of the truth. And this is like a very, very high vibrational pile, extremely high vibrational pile, I must say. Judgment. Pile number 3. I mean, just look at your cards. And except Ace of Swords, all of these are like your major arcanas. What does the Judgment talk about? It talks about answering the call for self-reflection and transformation, identifying, having that awakening, having that reckoning, having that transformative uplifting. What is my higher calling? You have that self-awareness. Now the Judgment card is ruled by the planet Pluto, and which kind of rules the 8th house, which talks about renewal, which talks about spiritual awakening. Pile number 3, this is maybe one of your not final, I would say, like one of your final spiritual awakenings. Like maybe you're going to have 2 or 3 more in your life. So this is like the end part of it, end part of your spiritual awakening, part of that group. Because the 8th house talks about transformation. It talks about emotional resilience and transformative growth. It talks about insight into hidden truths and mysteries. Remember, you got the Moon card. Already you are so in tune with yourself, you are able to decipher all that information by yourself. Maybe some of you have a guru, which is absolutely wonderful. Some of you have a mentor who's guiding you through that. Wonderful. But even if not, then you are able to do this by yourself, because I read somewhere, they said that if you cannot find a guru, if you cannot find a mentor, then it means that you were supposed to be one. So maybe you are becoming that mentor that you never had. Pile number 1, I mean, like, I can even stop the reading right here. It says the Magician. What does the Magician is like, it's like the harness your skills, you manifest what you want. Pile number 3. You have reached the mastery. You are the master. The Magician talks about manifestation and mastery. It talks about being focused and creative. The Magician is ruled by the planet Mercury, which is ruled by the 3rd house, which rules the 3rd house, which is the house of communication and skills. Maybe some of you will be able to, some of you might open a podcast. Others of you might start writing stuff, or you might, start your YouTube channel. You might go on TikTok, any kind of social media platform where your voice is heard. Remember, pile number 3, if you have had these things happening in your voice, like your throat is, it's getting, something is happening to it and then it's becoming okay. That's like activation of your throat chakra. It's kind of becoming open now. So you are being called, some of you are definitely being called, like share your wisdom with the others. You have to do that. You have to do that. You are the Magician. The Mercury essentially talks about communication, and you are a master of that. I don't need to explain to you, because you already know. That knowing is already there. Eight of Pentacles. Look, again, the card of mastery. You've been doing this for multiple lifetimes. This is not the first time that you will be doing it. Therefore, I think this is going to come very, very easily to you. You are a master. Pile number 3. And finally, we have the Emperor card. Emperor talks about lasting legacy. The Emperor talks about the first house, the self-identity. So pile number 3. Since the Emperor, you got the Emperor card. The Emperor essentially, again, major arcana. So other than, I think, 2 cards, all of them are major arcanas. The Emperor, sorry, talks about leading with authority while remaining compassionate. So the compassionate nature is already coming here. But there is something, I want to keep this card right here. There is something which is coming to you in which is going to kind of shake up things around you. Some sort of upheaval is going to come, but that is leading way to your legacy. The Emperor is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars is like something that really, Mars means doing, action, energy, ambition, courage, determination, initiative, assertiveness, ability to overcome challenges. That is who the Emperor is. Emperor has authority, and he builds structures and foundations around them. There is a lot of order and control. So again, this is chaos and this is order. So out of chaos, you will be bringing order. So you see 2 parts to what's happening next. But this is absolutely amazing. Pile number 3. I can't even I think you already know. You already know. So I don't need to explain much. But this is truly amazing. And look at these cards, the way they are dancing. There's another reader, the Nordic Light, and she always says, oh, look, the cards are dancing, She's very sweet. I think you can check her channel out. It's called the Nordic Light, and her name is Angel, and she is one amazing reader. I really love her so much. All right. So now let's kind of take a look at your some of your tea leaves. Then we'll leave these tea leaves for the cards that were dancing, and we'll start taking a look at the oracle cards. All right. So you got chain of events that will affect your life. Yes, we have the Chariot, we have the Tower card right here. We know there is something which is happening, which is definitely affecting, and it's going to start happening in the month of December. It's like I'm recording this in November, so next month, couple of days, like a week from now, that chain is going to start. Chain of events. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray or white hair. Maybe your guru, or maybe your ascended master is coming to you in form of a human being, really literal, or maybe they'll be connecting with you even more. I don't feel this is a human being. Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. I think so. You are very well aware of what's happening around you, so you know this already. And finally, you have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Yes, with the Emperor card, this is what I was feeling. You're going to do something which is completely, you may have done it in this lifetime, I don't know, but maybe in previous lifetimes. Yes, you definitely have done that. All right, so now let's take a look at these cards, and then we'll find out a lot of oracle cards actually. Mandrake. Oh wow, the Mandrake, this looks like a little humanoid. The Mandrake was used in a lot of magic. The Mandrake is just let me read. This came once also in my reading, and again it was for pile number 3 only. So it was pile number 3 who got the Mandrake, So it says, allow your heart to be open to romance, and it'll find its way to your doorstep. It also says, someone is trying to spread stories or rumors about you to scare you off or prevent you from achieving your goal. Get to the root of why. If your goal is valid, I know you know what your goal is, just continue. And there is no easy or fast road to big rewards that are truly worthwhile. Do not use like these shortcuts which are and lazy practices. Fully invest the time and care needed to perform a task properly and responsible. Build any house as if you were going to live in it. So pile number 3, essentially this is talking about this enterprise, this thing that you're going to do, or you've already started doing. Put full effort into it. And maybe you might be getting kind of a little impatient, like, why isn't the result happening? Why isn't it coming? It will come. They're saying it will come in time. Just put in the effort in that house as if you were going to stay in it. Look, I mean, like, this was the extra card and the elements of Oracle. 4 element symbolism. Essentially, this card for me is telling me that you have mastered all the 4 elements. And you got the air perception. Yeah, again, see, and embrace the truth, illusion, air perception. You are perceiving a lot of things that you would not have otherwise. So I'm going to keep this right here. All right. Timid, and it says reckless. Timidity, in a sense, look, this character figurine is kind of bowing down. You are surrendering to the universe at this point in time, pile number 3. You are surrendering to the universe because you know that the universe is everything. We are part of it. We are it, in fact. The macrocosm in the microcosm, or the microcosm in the macrocosm. And you got confident. You are confident. And this is the blue, your throat chakra, which means you're channeling things which the universe wants you to channel. Essentially, you are opening yourself up as a conduit to let the universal energies flow through you. That's what I'm feeling for you. And the confident is saying that as you do this, and you see the wings opening, this person is like, their hands are folded in prayer, and there's an angel behind you with the purple wings. Again, I always feel Archangel Michael because that's who I'm very, very close to. But essentially, there are angels around you, and your guardian angels, your spirit guides, everyone is applauding, and they are so happy for you. There is such a sense of calm right now as I'm recording this reading. So I think that's your energy: calm, peaceful, serene, and very blissful. Look, you got Venus, beloved. This talks about love. It talks about harmony. For some of you, your soulmate is coming through. Now is the time that you're going to meet your twin flame or soulmate, like whatever whatever it resonates, whichever way, sorry, it resonates with you. But the Venus talks about ability to form harmonious relationship. Remember, the Temperance card talks about harmony. Venus talks about generosity and kindness. Venus talks about appreciation for beauty and art. And be kind to yourself. That's another message coming for you. Be kind to yourself. Venus has this is like the Empress energy coming for you. You had the Emperor, which is the masculine aspect, and you have the Venus, which is the feminine aspect. Again, the balance has been, reached. And you got Libra. I mean, like, it couldn't be more clear. The balance. Yes, the balance has been achieved. Again, you see, confirmation of the word balance, confirmation. Then this is so beautiful, and it's like both these energies are around the Emperor card. So yeah, this is the masculine and the feminine, and this is the balance. You have achieved that. It says the quail and gooseberry, anticipation. Yes, you might be anticipating for things happening. Maybe you know that things are going to change, but you don't know how. However, since you have surrendered to the universe, you are no longer impatient. You are no longer under, this is what? Uncare. It's kind of fair. No. Confident, uncertain. You're no longer uncertain. But in chaos also, there is a lot of certainty for you because you know things will work out for you. You got the 9th house. 9th house talks about Jupiter. It talks about expansion. It talks about wisdom, philosophy, travel, higher learning, expansive world view, and open-mindedness. Pursuit of spiritual and intellectual growth. I think we did see the Jupiter come in because it rules the Temperance card. So the first card that you got was Jupiter. So now it has come back again. The 9th house is ruled by Jupiter and it rules Temperance card. So you've got this again. Do you see how your messages are repeating over and over again through different, and all of them, they're like different tarot decks, different oracle decks. You are brilliant. Wow. You are the peacock. You are brilliant. Beautiful. I love this. I think you know that. And not in a like a arrogant manner, but in a very humble manner. You know that who you are. And that kind of attracts a lot of people towards you because you shine like that. Your light kind of shines with humility. So people are attracted to you. They're like, oh my God, pile number 3. We want to talk to you. Then you got moon dance. Look, she's balancing again. And she's not, it seems she's like she's on such a thin string, and the birds are here, and she has the moon. She's like holding the moon. Again, this talks about the intuitiveness. So she's letting the, remember I said this, for some of you, your higher self is kind of guiding or has kind of taken the reins of your life. This card is kind of, confirming that particular thing that we were talking about earlier. Cheers. Yeah, look at the cat. It's kind of, does it have, yeah, the cat has tears. So maybe some of you are feeling sad that this is your last lifetime and you'll be leaving behind people. I don't know, this message came through when I looked at the tears card, because I don't see anything else that is going to kind of, throw you off balance. The only thing is that you feel a sense of sadness when you look at your loved ones, because you feel that, okay, no more of them. And finally, you got the sunflower, devotion, optimism, and radiance. This is essentially the sun card. So you got the sun card as well. So pile number 3, let's kind of see what the remaining, how this is going to impact your life. King of Swords. Wow. King of Swords is an energy which is ruled by your Jupiter. Again, Jupiter has come back. Jupiter is what? Is your 8th, is your 9th house. Temperance is your 9th house. This, we did see something, the 3rd house, remember? No, I think you got the 9th house. You got the 9th house again. King of Swords is an energy which is very just. King of Swords talks about an energy which kind of, there is, because sword is intellect, and you got the Ace of Swords, which is like a major breakthrough. And from the Ace of Swords directly you're jumping into the King of Swords energy, showing me that there is nothing more for you to experience and learn in terms of lessons, because you've already done that. And now King of Swords is saying that essentially, there is authority, there is intellectual power, there is a commanding, nature, there's a logical, wisdom to you, and you're like, how can I guide others with wisdom? Essentially, that's what the King of, Swords talks about. This king is not swayed by emotions, but they do what is right. They're like kind of the unprejudiced leaders. This is what the King of Swords is. They lead with, wisdom and with integrity. That is how it's going to impact your life. We were talking about the Wheel of Fortune. Remember, I did say the wheel. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, things are going to change for you drastically. The Wheel of Fortune talks about accepting the cycles of life and having the adaptability to change with it. It talks about, destiny. Your karmic cycles have kind of cleared out. 9 of Swords. Again, the 9 of Swords in the traditional tarot talks about, feeling anxious and feeling all that. However, for you, it's like mental mastery. The light side of the 9 of Swords is mental mastery. You have conquered all your fears. Your fears have become the power to your wisdom. That's why you got the King of Swords energy. You have transcended your limitations. And the 9 of Swords essentially says, I have mastered my mind. That's why the King of Swords is here. These cards are like below the King of Swords in the number as well. 5 of Pentacles. So these are the lessons that you have already mastered. The 5 of Pentacles again is telling me that from a feeling of lack that you might be feeling for some time, you are saying You are being aware of what resources you have available and how to use them best. Maybe you are not very good with how to use money. Maybe you are not very good with how to use people, like the abilities of people. Utilize the abilities of people so that it helps them and it helps you as well. But now all that is coming towards you. Five of Wands. Again, look at these challenging cards coming, but these are some of the challenges which you have already mastered, I'm feeling. Five of Wands talks about discernment. You are wise. The wiseness is coming again, and it's coming through so much. The Page of Pentacles talks about a fresh energy coming through, looking at life through, through that fresh, naive energy. The Page of Pentacles, it talks about ambition. It talks about learning. What skills should I develop? So you see, you want to go on that. Focus on building and learning, practical skills. So maybe you've been reading stuff, now you'll start implementing that as well. Again, with all this, you've mastered these. So you know how you're going to control your mind when things happen. You know how you're going to use your resources wisely, and you're going to use discernment when dealing with people. So that's why it's the King of Swords energy. And you got, look, you got the male counterpart and you got the female. You got the Queen of Swords also. So the Queen of Swords is clarity and independence. She's like analytical. She's direct. This king is commanding and logical. Here she says, how can I balance intellect and empathy? And here he says, how can I guide people with my wisdom? She talks about communication and strategy, and he talks about rationality and justice. She talks about truth and fairness. She wants to lead with clarity, and she wants to ensure that, whatever decisions are happening, remember these three cards, whatever decisions are happening, they are just and fair. And this one, he says that let me lead through my wisdom and lead with integrity. So you see how these two cards are kind of, these three are in the center. You'll be learning these skills, and this is going to change the way you look at life. I just want to separate them out. And the last card is the Five of Swords. You got the 5, 5, and 5. Pie number, again, the chaos. Five of Swords. Again, mental. Five of Swords talks about heart healing, emotional wisdom. Your pain has become your compassion. Whatever you've been through in your, life, you are using that for your compassion. You have deep emotional healing happening, and you are saying, I'm healing through these feelings. So pile number 3, it seems that you have been through a lot. It has been a rough ride for you. But however, at this point in time, you have reached a point where you have ascended to a much, much higher level. And these little things, I'm calling them little, especially for you, not for anyone else, but for you, you mastered these lessons. So in your coming life, you will have to put these lessons that you have learned into practice, because you are doing something. There is conception of something happening, and you will be bringing this into your reality. And these lessons which you have mastered with the 5, 5, 5 and the 9 of Swords, you will be bringing this into your reality. Now we have some remaining, I had just nearly forgotten about them. All right, look, start, guaranteed success. Wow, I love seeing this. Ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. I mean, come on, wow. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And finally, you got cat, a two-faced friend. So yes, it is talking definitely, but I don't feel like these are just like little, warning signs for you. But you already know that these people might be around you, because see, as you expand, as your light grows brighter, darkness will be attracted to it inevitably. But you know how to handle this as well. I just want to pull a few more cards to see, like, what are we talking about? These, the vulture, fire, and cat. The vulture, fire, and cat. Any advice? Oh my God, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to... I'd have to pick all these. Look at the way the cards fell, as if like the dancing card. You got the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Whatever you want is true. You got the 10 of Cups, happiness, family-wise, emotionally, extremely, extremely happy. You got the Queen of Cups. I mean, come on. Queen of Cups essentially talks about, emotional, compassionate nature, nurturing and empathetic nature. You got a lot of emotional wisdom. Again, with the 9 and the 10 of Cups, I mean, this is like the emotional like the mastery, emotional mastery. You got the Chariot card. You are using this, you are using your willpower to move ahead. The Chariot talks about staying determined and maintaining focus to achieve your goals. It talks about willpower, determination. How can I achieve my goals? And this card also talks about success. The Chariot again is ruled by the moon. Remember, you got the moon card because it's like willpower. Will is associated with your subconscious. So that's coming out again. You got the sun card. I mean, this was the only card, the major arcana, which was missing. Essentially, pile number 3, you got so many major. The sun card. I mean, when the sun is there, what's there not to see? It talks about, joy. It talks about vitality. It rules the 5th house. And the 5th house is of, creativity, children, and romance. Yeah, for some of you, definitely romance is in the air. Abundance of creative energy. You have so much joyful expression of love and passion happening. And the sun card essentially talks about celebrating life and radiating positivity. So that's what's coming for you. And then you got, look, you got the Empress card. And this is like, an extra card. This is not the Empress card. Remember, this is like an extra card in the deck. I was talking about the Empress. Remember, you got the Emperor when I was talking about, oh, you've balanced stuff out, So you got the Empress and you got the Ace of Wands. These cards were just waiting for me to pull them out. Did you see how they fell, An Ace of, again, something dealing with your passion is going to take control, is going to launch, and it will be so big that this will leave an everlasting legacy for generations to come. So pile number 3, this is all I had for you. I think we got almost all the major arcana cards here. So thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. And I think you are masters of your craft. You have ascended so high that this was just a confirmation for you rather than a guidance. That's what I believe. Thank you so much for being part of this reading. And if you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.